Do you see now the difference in our power?
I love Mortal Kombat.
The most rewarding part of it is just seeing people
And
react
all of
to
the
it.
older games are so awesome. From the developers of Street Fighter's 30th Anniversary Collection, Teenage Mutant Turtles, Cowabunga Collection. So there's a company out there who is going around making collections for all of these different games. You know, we see the list here. Mortal Kombat is now added to that, but when will Tekken? Where is the Tekken collection? Why is Tekken last to everything? You know, why hasn't Tekken did a Fortnite collaboration yet? We know that it like leaked or something that they were going to do it, but like what happened to those plans? They're so behind, right? If you go back to what Harada said a while ago about re-releasing older games, he is kind of starting to get on board with the idea, right? What was this? Comic-Con Bahrain 2025. Harada answered, well, he answered the multiple questions, but these are the two questions that made its way online. One, why does Tekken 8 lack game modes? He says demand is low and the development is difficult. And now people had a very big problem with this, right? They didn't like that answer. But then will they re-release Tekken Tag Tournament 1 and 2 was the question, but Harada answered in a more broad sense about every past Tekken. And he said they're thinking about it, they're talking with the company, and there's a possibility for it. Now, this is a step up from some of the things that Harada has said in the past, because at one point in time, he was saying no entirely. He was like, no, we're not going to do that, right? So he is moving in the right direction, but he's moving so much slower than all of the other games, and it's kind of hurting Tekken in a sense, because I mean, here's the screenshot. I have it saved. This is a screenshot from a news article as to why Harada doesn't want to do a Tekken collection. Now, this is a little bit outdated because I just showed you the new statement from him, but this one kind of gives more of a explanation as to why he was against it. And it says it's a difference from 2D fighting games because 3D fighting game players tend to play the latest installment, which is technically not true because there's so many different, what's it called, ports, mods, I don't know what it's called, but basically people are playing older Tekkens. Like there's a Discord that is growing rapidly called Tekken Underground, where all they do is play the older games. I looked at it pretty recently, probably like 2-3 weeks ago, and it had like over 2,000 players in a Discord. But then he says starting from early on, it was a polygon character model that really pushed the edge of graphics all the time. So when you see it later on, it doesn't really look nearly as impressive as it used to. Basically, there's two main contributors to Tekken doing well. One is Tekken being on the latest hardware possible. This is why he rushed Tekken 8 to Unreal Engine 5. But then also Tekken releasing as a launch title. Now, this goes for any game. Any game that's a launch title is going to get a little bit of a increase sales, but those two things is what Harada tries to bank on, but it's just not really true. Like once again, I said, there's a lot of people out there who likes playing the older Tekkens, and they kind of love the vibes of it. When you go back and play an older Tekken, it has a different type of aura, a different type of aesthetic. You feel like you're living in the 90s. It takes you back, time machine style. That's the reason why it's cool, is because it's not 4K, ray tracing polygons everywhere. It's that's why people like it, and he just was missing it. But I think he's starting to understand that now. 2D fighting games, because they were just sprite characters and stuff, they don't seem to age graphically that much, and that's not the main reason people played it in the first place. But if that's not the reason why they played it, why did they play it? If it's a drastically different gameplay change, like Tag 2 to 7 to 8, maybe something I would probably pick up and play for a little bit, or maybe Tekken Force Mode or Devil Within or something like that. But I want to see myself picking up Tekken 3 and playing against friends for an extended period of time. So yeah, there's a difference we feel between 3D fighters and 2D fighters in that aspect. So what they were saying there sounds pretty daunting, but this conversation around give us the older Tekkens back is growing, which is why they're starting to rethink it and consider the possibilities. But they need to just go ahead and do it. Even if not that many people buy it, you will make your legacy players, your core audience, so happy. And even if it is only for the moment, I mean, look at how Bandai Namco views Dragon Ball Sparking. That game, how many copies did it sold? Like 50 million or something like that? It sold a crazy amount of copies, 50 million, 20 million, 10 million, I can't remember. But we know within a month, 90% of its player base disappeared. That's a fact. But Bandai Namco still considers it a success because they were able to sell that many copies in the first place. And that's how the collection should be viewed anyways. Like, okay, even if these guys don't play it for 5 years, a lot of people will buy it initially. This will generate a very good discussion around Tekken, which is what it needs, because Tekken, the conversation around the game right now is not good. When you search up Tekken, you're either going to find tutorials or you're going to find people trashing on the game, right? So a collection would get people to re-experience what they loved about the game, and also new people. Once again, if we go back to that Tekken Underground Discord, there's a lot of new people on there who's trying to figure out what the hype is about, and they're finding a lot of fun and enjoyment. You also got to talk about their 30th anniversary passing by, and they did nothing but celebrate Pac-Man instead. Like, come on, bro, what's up with that? So Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, 3 Ultimate, 4, and they say and more. I wonder what will be the and more. Like, will they do Mortal Kombat versus DC? That game was dope, bro. I know the FGC hates it, but me personally, I like that game a lot. Mortal Kombat 9, obviously, I would love for that to be there. But then if you talk about that game, you got to start talking about, okay, do it include the DLC? Probably, right? It should, right? Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection launches on PS5 and PS4. We specialize in restoring games, modern consoles, and giving the classics the respect they deserve. I like that. I like the giving the classic games the respect they deserve, because I feel like Tekken don't be doing that. Saying that no one cares about those games. Those graphics aren't that good anyways, and like stuff like that. It's like, come on, bro, what? You're talking about some of the greatest Tekkens ever made, and you're writing it off? Just that altogether is just like, so that's what we doing? Oh, Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, 4, Advanced Deadly Alliance. We need Deadly Alliance. We need Armageddon. They should bring back the 3D Mortal Kombats. Give me a Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance 2. I love it though. If you played our products, you know the digital eclipse doesn't just stop at games. We produce interactive documentaries that give you behind the scenes information about how these legacy games were created. Tekken should do this. Imagine if all of this was about Tekken. This would be so hype. I mean, I'm hyped for this. It's Mortal Kombat. But if this was Tekken, what is this? Someone sent me this and says, Ayo, I just want to let you know there's a petition spreading around to urge Namco to release legacy titles. I'm spreading it around my circles. Here is the details in case you want to cover it. This is actually perfect, because remember when we were talking about the Mortal Kombat collection? Now we have a petition going around, and you see all of the Tekkens all the way up until Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Currently, this has 123 verified signatures. You got to be verified to sign up to this. Someone says, give me old school Tekken. Someone says, we all love the past Tekken games. It's a shame we play them, unlike Street Fighter players. Someone says, we need older Tekkens, please. I integrated the games into Tekken 8 and let us play them online. Hey, Bamco, could you make some extra money for relatively little work? Let's share this petition on Twitter so that people can vote for it. So first, let's do a screenshot here. Screenshot.